Last time on Dragon Ball Z, the surviving Prince of the Saiyan race Vegeta had made it to Earth on time with a clouded memory, but with events unfolding similar to canon, Master Gohan adopted the young Saiyan Prince, training him up until his unfortunate demise by Vegeta's Great Ape form, which left the Prince in shambles as he vowed to bring his guardian back with the Dragon Balls. And once Bulma came into the picture, they enacted their plan together through a legendary journey. So when the wish came about, Bulma gave up her want for a perfect boyfriend for the sake of Vegeta's passionate desire of bringing his master back. To which he does, as they begin to reconcile. But on another planet, our Saiyan Kakarot, formerly known as Goku in another time, experienced a more destructive life coming up under Nappa and Frieza's rule. How do you think the Saiyans will fare out? Find out today.
We find a young Vegeta, now finally reunited with his revived master Gohan, with Vegeta explaining all the events that led up to him making the wish that brought Gohan back to life. But Bulma cuts in, visibly agitated by Vegeta not mentioning her, saying she just been standing here looking silly, waiting to be introduced to, but the prince still paying her no mind. As he continues talking, but Gohan responds to him, smiling, but saying he must have had quite the adventure since he's been away, before turning to Bulma as he politely introduces himself as Gohan, or Master Gohan, whatever she wants to call him, with Bulma now calm, as she smiles, saying her name is Bulma, and that she heard a lot about him, but all she really wanted now was to go home. She had enough of the adventures for now, until Vegeta mentions that he's hungry, with his stomach beginning to growl, with Bulma interjecting that her home was only a few miles from where they were, that he could eat there, as Vegeta quickly grasps Bulma, pulling her in close, with her noticeably blushing at the Saiyan's bold handlings, before Vegeta calls out to his master Gohan, ready to bring him along as well. But Gohan responds, telling the boy he must rather walk home from here. Mount Paozu wasn't that far ahead, with the young Vegeta sad by this remark, with Gohan saying Vegeta is a great kid with tremendous talents, and that he needs to find his own path. And with that, Vegeta puts on a confident smile and waves his master goodbye before flying off, taking Bulma to her house. And as they flew through the bright sky and clouds, Bulma could only gaze at Vegeta's strong and confident physique as she holds on tighter, hoping the moment never ends, until they finally arrive at Bulma's home in West City, Capsule Corporation, with Bulma offering him to come inside and meet her parents. But before Vegeta could say a word, his stomach began to growl comedically once more as he falls to the ground in hunger and agony, as Bulma sighs and giggles a little to Vegeta's reaction. As a few hours passes, and the now full Vegeta has begun to get bored, as Bulma's father, Dr. Brees, had been explaining his latest project to the young Saiyan, who has been pretending to listen, until Bulma comes in as she's now in more comfortable attire, asking will Vegeta be staying the night, as he remarks his plans of going on by the old Colonel Herman house for training, before abruptly taking off, thanking Bulma's parents as Bulma screams out, "Wait!" as Vegeta had already flown off into the night sky to a now saddened Bulma, while on Master Roshi's island, Yamcha and Roshi's newest student Krillin had been doing their evening training until they pick up a huge power level moving in, with Master Roshi stepping out with a worried look as well, as Vegeta abruptly arrives and lands on the island, as Yamcha jumps in his battle stance looking to the prince with intensity, before saying has Vegeta come looking for a rematch or to get beat up, as Krillin asks does Yamcha know this guy, with the prince walking right past him and up to Master Roshi's face before kneeling with grace as he asks to be trained, with Roshi quite dumbstruck as he knows this kid's power far exceeds anyone he's ever met, not including King Piccolo for right now. But with the prince suppressing his power greatly, Krillin and Yamcha never noticed. But Krillin speaks up, saying they could use another training partner. Things been getting kinda dull, to Yamcha's dismay, him knowing or thinking he must have succeeded this kid by now, but soon remembers their previous encounter just a few months ago and holds his tongue before dropping a sweat. And with that, Master Roshi accepts the youngster under the condition he finds him a beautiful woman that likes to party, to which he does, and it so happens to be the fiery launch, as things start to pan out similarly to the canon story of the World Tournament saga coming into play after 8 months of training, with Vegeta, Yamcha, and Krillin all arriving at the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament to meet Bulma, Oolong, and Puar and an apparent late Master Roshi, who brought along Vegeta's master, Gohan, to Vegeta's excitement, who plans to put his best foot forward and dominate the stage in hope of showing off his amazing power. And after the preliminaries, which includes Krillin getting his revenge on his old bullies, and then the quarterfinals come about, with most of the battles going as supposed to the canon. Only difference is that in this what if, Yamcha had already joined the Turtle School a year earlier, in turn making the match involving Yamcha and Jackie Chun to be a little drawn out, with Yamcha being able to predict some of Jackie's moves as he becomes suspicious, and most of his moves favor his master Roshi's, as he comes to the realization that Roshi is Jackie Chun. But just as in canon, Yamcha is still defeated, as Jackie goes to the semifinals. But the next match goes pretty much the same, with Nam overcoming Ranfan's seduction and wins his match too. And so on, with Vegeta basically one-shotting Giran, as he stands absolutely no chance, which puts fear in most of the other contestants, including Jackie Chun, who hopes he won't have to face the kid in the finals, and just hopes another opponent gets lucky and win. But the crowd is loving it, except for a particular girl, Bulma that is, who is still heated after her and Vegeta's last encounter, which catches Gohan's attention, as the two next matches go somewhat to canon until we get to the final, Vegeta versus Jackie Chun. And in this what if, Roshi might stand somewhat of a chance due to his secret technique, but before Vegeta could enter the stage, Bulma quickly waved her hands around, trying to get Vegeta's attention. But right as he get ready to respond to Bulma's glee, he is called to the ring, and Bulma comedically falls over. But back in space, on Frieza Planet 79, Raditz and Kakarot exit their healing pod, gaining yet another Zenkai as Nappa enters the healing bay, telling the young Saiyans to stay and rest as he went to heal. To Kakarot's dismay though, before he entered in, he was asking could he and Nappa train with the Cybermen after he heals, as Nappa begrudgingly agrees, as he himself saw something admirable in the young Kakarot. In this version of events though, Kakarot had grown to admire Nappa's determination and strength, even though he feared him as well due to all the near-death beatings he received from the brute. But even through every punch and pride speech, he knew Nappa was a good guy underneath, along with Raditz to some degree. Speaking of Raditz though, we had previously left the healing bay a few moments prior, as Kakarot looks around in fear, as he knew if Lord Frieza caught them snooping without permission, he would utterly kill them, or even worse, Zarbon and Dodoria catching them. But outside the bay, Raditz was checking his scouter, reminiscing of what his father would think if he saw him again, and why he chose a soft weakling like his mother for a mate, until bumping into Dodoria, lumbering pink giant, hovers with the young Saiyan with a sinister grin. So what does Dodoria have in mind for Raditz? Will Kakarot get to his brothers in time, as Nappa still heals? And what about Vegeta and Roshi's upcoming battle? Does Roshi stand even a chance with his secret technique? Drop some ideas in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to get new and better content. And I'll see you guys on the lookout. Peace.